Testing, testing. Microphone check. Testing.
Hello, everyone. My watch says 11:03, so I was 3 minutes late. I apologize profusely. If everybody can take their seats, I'm going to give everybody just a moment. Everybody out in the hall, someone stick their head out and say, "Come on down"? I see people running around up there, so. Okay. I have given them enough time. I appreciate everybody's patience this morning. I hope you enjoyed our breakfast that we provided to you. Welcome, graduates and guests. Thank you for coming to the graduation ceremony for Center for Advanced Legal Studies. Today we celebrate the achievements of the certificate and associate degree graduates. To begin the ceremony, I'd like to remind everyone to turn off their cell phones, put them on silent. Any noise-making devices, put it on silent. I know a number of you have seen the photographer and have probably already taken pictures, but if you haven't participated yet, he will be here after the ceremony as well, and you can go up and look at his packages and see if you would like to take some pictures with him. He is a wonderful photographer. He has on-site printing as well, if you would like to take advantage of that. Now I'd like to recognize our staff. We have Doyle Happy over here. He's the director of the program. Eric Happy, director of distance education. Lori Baggett is in the foyer. She is the director of financial aid. James Sheffer, the admissions director. Right there, he's standing up. Hi, James. I have Elaine Prappis, senior admissions representative. I have Randy Jerding, LMS administrator. Leticia Ramirez, financial aid assistant. And I'd like to especially recognize Tina Ganavati. She's the director of distance education. She is the individual who typically organizes and does everything that you see here today. She did organize everything. Unfortunately, she was unable to attend the actual event. I believe she's watching from home. So Tina, we're really missing you today, but we're going to celebrate these graduates as best as we can. Now I would like to take a moment and ask Eric Happy to come up and say a few words. He's looking at me like I put him on the spot, but that's not true. He'll be right here.
Thanks, Sarah. Normally I'll sit over here and I'll write some notes and try to figure out what I want to say, but today I've been fiddling with this camera. We're trying to stream live on YouTube and get into 2017. Hopefully you guys got the emails from me. Also, I spent a lot of time, I've taken it down, but we had some photographs and comments, personal statements from graduates. It's the first time we've ever done it. And we had about half the graduates provide those, so I'm really grateful that you did. It really, I think, made it kind of neat. I work there at the school a lot, but I work with a lot of the online students. So what's great is for some of our online students, this is the first time I really get to meet you. I mean, we have online orientation, and that's great. And then it's not sometimes until graduation that I actually get to meet people. If you haven't met me before and you're an online student, you may have been expecting someone a little bit taller. I look a lot taller online. I sit up straight. But one thing, we're going to spend a lot of time today honoring the graduates who've worked so hard. It's a great accomplishment to get through our program. I know you have some tough instructors, but there are some other people who probably helped make this possible. And it's your friends and family who've been supportive along the way, and a lot of them are here today. So if you're a friend or a family member or someone who supported one of our graduates today, if you wouldn't mind standing up real quick, you're not on TV, and let's all give them a round of applause. Thank you. Talk about being put on the spot. Don't worry, the camera's just like right here. But like I said, we do have a lot of graduates that attend classes online. Back when I first started working at the school, if you wanted to take evening classes, or if you wanted to take classes at night because you were working or you had family commitments, it required that you came into our campus Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 6 until 10 p.m. And that's a lot to ask of anyone. Now with the online classes, it's a lot more convenient, and consequently a lot of people can go back to school, so we really appreciate that. So that's really all I have. For y'all watching on YouTube or watching a tape delay, I may have gotten my notifications out a little bit late. Thank you for tuning in online. And that's pretty much all I have. And again, congratulations from me to you, all the graduates.
Now I would like to have Queen Emily David come up and sing the national anthem for us to begin. She says she doesn't need a microphone, so let's see.
I didn't since childhood. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Oh my goodness. Oh my. I would just like to say, Queenie, or Queen, you definitely have a standing invitation to come back to our graduations. When you are not supporting your daughter, you are absolutely allowed to come back and sing anytime you would like. We love that. Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so I'd like to now introduce our special guest, our distinguished speaker, Katrina Major. Katrina Majors is a protective services administrative manager. I'm sorry, let me start over. Is a protective services administrative manager at the Harris County Attorney's Office. She started her career at Harris County Attorney's Office 24 years ago as an administrative assistant clerk in the Child Protective Services Department. Her experience also includes working in the executive office supporting the county attorney, Vince Ryan, and the first assistant and special counsel. Katrina studied business and administration at San Antonio College. She also has a paralegal certificate from the Professional Career Development Institution. We'd like to invite Katrina Majors to come speak to our graduates at this time. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I want to say what an honor it is to be here today. And beautiful, beautiful song you sung touched me. But I want to say to the legal practitioners, if I may say, you're getting ready to go into a wonderful world of learning legal aspects. It can be as far as family law, which is something I enjoy doing. You can also look into doing public law. You can also look into personal injury. I commend you today for just being here and making it through. I know it's been a struggle learning and trying to figure out everything with the legal terminologies and trying to understand everything. A lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started off learning, I'm like, I'm never gonna understand any of this. But somehow or another, once I did start in the legal field, everything came to be understood. So I just wanna say, just keep pushing through, and you're going into an adventure of law and attorneys. You're going to see a lot of things, and it's going to be fabulous. I promise you. All that hard work that you have done for the years, it's going to pay off. And I have to say to the parents and family members, thank you so much for standing by them. With you guys supporting them, they're here today in cap and gowns and ready to be legal practitioners. So from there on, now I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. I guess I should have did that first. As I said, my name is Katrina Majors, and I'm the administrative manager with the Protective Services Group. I've been with the office for 24 years now, and it is correct. I did start off as the administrative clerk. Now, I saw the paralegals doing their work and the attorneys, and I thought, oh, wowee, this is nothing like anything on TV. I was thinking it's going to be like finding criminals, and I'm serious. I was thinking everything on TV was humanly possible. I was going to be that person to be with the attorney and help them out and go out there and investigate, and that's not so how everything works. The things you've done today with Centers for Advance, as far as your studying, you're going to have to take that in with you. Unfortunately, you're not going to be with the attorney out investigating and behind walls and all that other good stuff. No, you're going to be reading, writing, researching. You're going to be given good work ethic. With that said, once I was the administrative clerk, I worked my way up, and I was considered the word processor. Word processor is a legal secretary. And I kept saying, I got to keep going and going and going and going. And at first, I was looking at the business administration. I'm like, okay, I need to get back into the business administration because that's what I wanted to do. But it was something about working with the Protective Services Group and family law that I wanted to make a difference. So with that said, I went ahead and went back to school. It was a struggle and it was hard, so I do know what you guys are going through. But with the love and support of your family, I was able to make it through also. With that said also, Tina, I'm sorry not here, and I miss you and I love you. And she asked me to go ahead and give you guys some tips. Tips as far as interviewing. That's something that I do a lot of now. Make sure that your resumes are clear. Please make sure they're clear. Make sure that you have your qualifications, your employment. Please also make sure that they're chronological dated. If you don't have that dated, it throws off the interview. I'll tell you that now. Also, make sure you have a cover letter. Please, whatever you do, make sure you have a cover letter. That's very, very important. Excuse me, I'm going over my notes. Also, I would tell you a little bit about the interview. when somebody calls you to set up your interview and they've already decided you are the one, you're one of the candidates, so you're already going to be hired, but you have to sell yourself. So one of the most important things for your interview is please, once you get off that phone, set up your time, please, Google that company. It's so important that you Google that company, get every understanding that you can regarding that company. Also, make sure that you map it out. Please, be there 30 minutes at least before your interview. That's so important. I had a gentleman who I believe was very late. No, I wouldn't believe. He was very late. He did not call. He came in all just discombobulated and all, and unfortunately I had to shoo him away. But he was one of the, and I hated to do that. But at our office, that shows punctuality and dependability is a lot in our office. So that's very important. If you're running late, please call. There's nothing wrong. I believe we all do have cell phones. So please just call and let them know you're running late. With that said also, I would like to state, once you do you arrive and you're 30 minutes early, that's when your interview starts. Believe it or not, it starts right then and there. Make sure when you do approach the person who's interviewing you, give them a nice firm shake. Give them eye contact. Please, that's so important that you do that. Also, please, when you get there, make sure that you look presentable. We're all adults. I shouldn't have to tell anybody what to wear or how to look, but believe it or not, I've had some interviews where some people have come in and one young lady had on khaki short sleeve polo shirt and pants and, nice little casual shoes, which was no problem if her and I were going out on a little trip or something or hanging out, no problem. But this was an interview, and we take people very seriously. Unfortunately, we have to judge them also on how they look and how they present themselves. So I think it's very important, and I'm sure none of you will do that, but I had a person come in like that. I've also had a young lady, nice suit, very confident, pleasant young lady, but unfortunately her makeup was pretty bright. It was hard to interview her. I mean, she had on the blue eyeshadow, caked on makeup, bright lipstick. It was a very big distraction for all of us to interview her. So try to make your makeup, ladies, kind of subtle, please. Just look somewhat natural, please. It was really hard with that. It was something else. Also, yes, I have to laugh, I'm sorry, but believe it or not, that did occur. I also had one gentleman, as I have to refer back to making sure that you come in on time. One gentleman, he stated that he tried his best to get on time. It's just downtown traffic is just horrible, and the parking, and he had to pay $20 to get over here to get to us, and he was just really upset, and I had to calm him down and say, it's okay, it's all right, breathe in, breathe out, just be yourself. We're going to go ahead and interview, and just when you go in front of the panel, just be yourself, but make sure you apologize and let them know this is not you. This is nothing that you normally do. With that said, as the interview was going on, unfortunately, I don't think he wore deodorant, but he had on a lot of cologne. So with that said, we did not hire him, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but appearances, the way you dress, it is very important. I try to tell people all the time, First impression is the last impression. And unfortunately, the way you come in, they do notice that. We're not fashion police, but we just want to make sure you use wise judgment when you come into the office. Another thing as far as with your resumes, please make sure that you pay attention to detail. Spell check. I mean, the computers now these days, you're able to do that. It's the worst thing to look at a resume and there's misspells in there. That just stuff that does not make sense. So please make sure that you guys do that. That's something that I see a lot of. Or they're not in chronological dates. And when that happens, it throws everybody off. Not just that, it makes us look at you guys. It makes me look at you to say, they're not paying attention to what they're writing here. They're not looking over their stuff to make sure that it's correct. And I have to think about when we hire you, and if I give you an assignment and I ask you to type up a petition, and you give it to me right away, and then I look at it, and there's all kind of misspell and just not correct the way I want it, that takes out a lot of time, and then we have to do it all over again. So it's so important that you do that, because I have had that happen also, where things were misspelled. I get it, IE, all that good stuff. But anyway, please, whatever you do, look over that resume. Also with that resume, I just want to tell you guys, some people, they think, I've only been there for 3 months, and I didn't put it down. And I'm like, why didn't you put it down? Well, it's only 3 months, it's not gonna matter. And I'm like, but 3 months does matter. It matters a lot, because if I sit up there and ask you questions about your previous job, it might not relate to what I'm looking at. But 3 months you've been there and you're a paralegal and you don't tell me, then there's a problem. Number one, you didn't put it on your resume, and we're discussing this. So then I'm thinking you're not putting everything there. So how can we have that discussion? Number two is that you have to be honest with everything. You didn't want to put it on there because you thought 3 months, it's nothing. 3 months is a lot. 3 months is a lot. You can learn a lot in 3 months. So please, whatever you do, make sure that you put everything on there. And please pay attention to details. Also, when you're in your interview, please keep in mind, I'm sorry to tell you, make sure that you're not fidgeting. Please make sure that you're not just looking around at everything. Eye contact is very important. I had one interview with a gentleman. I guess he was confident in what he was doing. And he was in the seat, and he was sitting back, and he was just talking about how great he was. And I'm sure he was great, but we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear how great you are. I almost thought he was going to tip over, but he didn't tip over. But it was just really strange to see something like that occur. So please make sure you're always sitting up straight. Make sure that when people are interviewing you, that eye contact is very, very important. I've had somebody just look down. I don't know if they were nervous, which can occur. And if you do look down, make sure you look back up. Because I'm going to be honest, when you're looking down, I'm looking down with you. We're all looking down. But also, it's so important that you ask questions. If they ask you, would you have any questions? Please make sure you ask questions. If you have anything on your mind, make sure to ask. One of the questions was, well, when do you get a promotion? How long does it take to get a promotion? I'm like, okay, that's not the question to ask. You'll have people ask, well, how is it here? When do we take our breaks? When you ask the questions like that, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. One of the questions I think you guys should ask, if you do have that way where they ask you, do you have anything to ask? I think one is, ask them what they are looking for in a paralegal. When you do that, they're going to step back and say, what? They really want to know. And They'll most likely, when that question is asked to me, I tell them that I am looking for a dedicated. I'm looking for somebody who's dedicated. I'm looking for somebody who's a team player. I'm looking for somebody who pays attention to details. I'm looking for an honesty. I'm looking for integrity. I'm looking for somebody who's punctual. I'm looking for someone who's going to come in and do the work. Being a paralegal is, I tell everybody, it's like being an attorney, but you're not an attorney. You can pretty much do any and everything that an attorney does. The only thing is you cannot practice in front of a judge. That's the only thing you cannot do. But even then, if you don't practice that, you have attorneys that depend on you. They depend on you. You are their backbone. I have some paralegals that feel like, well, I'm not appreciated. Yes, you are. You are appreciated. Sometimes these attorneys, they get so self-absorbed and involved that they're just trying to make sure they win their case. So if you don't get that thank you, or you're doing a great job, it's okay, because your work shows when they're in front of that judge. I'm telling you now. So don't ever think they don't appreciate you, because when they get the good outcome, it's because of you. You guys are their backbone. You are their support. And it's just such an honor to do something like that. I promise you it is. Other than that, the only other thing that I feel that is of importance as far as with your interviewing is you've got to make sure that you go in with confidence and you sell yourself. You let them know what you are capable of doing. First impression is the last impression. Again, I apologize when interviewing. It's very important to be honest, be yourself, make sure that you answer everything in complete sentences. I've had some people, you'll ask them, well, give me 3 strengths about you. And they'll say, that's a good question. I don't know. And I'm like, how do you not know? You have to know. So it's so important, you guys. Think of your 3 best strengths. Also, think of your 3 weaknesses. Please, it's important. Turn those weaknesses into positive. A good example is they'll say, what is one of your weaknesses? My weakness is that I have a hard time letting go, getting help. That's my weakness. But I'm learning to turn everything over, because I've realized me giving my work to someone or teaching them that it's making this office stronger. So with it being stronger, they don't need me around. I can take vacation and I can do other things and know that I entrusted you with teaching you everything that I have. So with that, I have to say, please, 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 make sure that when you come, make sure you're dressed correctly, make sure you arrive on time, please make sure that resume looks spot clean, and just go out there and just sell yourself and just do your best. Other than that, you guys, again, thank you. I'm so honored. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best speaker because I'm more into the training. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I say congratulations, good luck, and you guys go out and learn in the legal field. Congratulations, legal practitioners. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you for everything that you have told us, all of the information and wisdom that you have imparted. We would like to present to you this Distinguished Speaker Award or certificate, and we thank you so much for speaking to our graduates today.
Oh, what an honor. What an honor. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I'll go ahead and give out my business cards for the graduates here. And I don't have any applications out or anything or any job placements, but please feel free to call me. We can talk, and I'll let you know if I do have any openings. I'd be happy to interview you all. Thank you. And
Thank you so much. Okay, well, that was wonderful information for sure. And I know that everybody is going to contact her or get her business card before leaving today and contact her with any questions that y'all might have. She would be a wealth of information and a great mentor for you guys. Now, we have come to the part of the ceremony that y'all are all very excited about. First, we'd like to recognize the paralegal certificate graduates. If you would rise, the first row, and start to line up. Parents and guests, we are going to give the graduates enough time to walk across the stage if you would like to take a picture. So if you hear or see your graduate in line and would like to take a picture, feel free to use the aisle to come and take it, okay? All right, we ready? Okay, Jolene Amburn, Lex and Honors. Lizbeth Bayo, Lex. Victor Bonner, Lex and Honors. Vicky Celis Pardo, Lex and Honors. Rainiel Diaz Gomez, Lex and Honors. Ashley Hallbrook. Adela Kellum, Lex and Honors. Francesca Lilly. Tracy Mitchell. Bethany Mock, Lex and Honors. Maria Oquendo, Lex and Honors. Jonathan Payne. Angelica Sanchez, Lex. Jeanette Sanchez. Tanitra Smith. Aide Torres. Brittany Truvate. Hannah Voidel, Lex and Honors. And Bobby White. I'd like everybody to give a round of applause to all of the certificate students who were unable to attend the graduation ceremony today. Hopefully you're watching and we appreciate and recognize you at this time. Next, we would like to recognize the Associates of Applied Science and Paralegal Studies graduates. Amanda Alegria, Lex and Honors. Sherelle Baloney. Leticia Buentello. Madeline Espinoza. Savannah Gamino. Lex. Michelle Hardy. Priscilla Hasso. Adriana Bonita Juarez. Lex. Robert Luna. Claudia Montemayor. Latoya Randall. Vanessa Segovia. And last but not least, Benjamin Taylor. Again, we'd like to recognize all of the associate degree graduates that could not make it today. We hope that you are watching, and we recognize you and appreciate that you have completed the very difficult associate degree program. So you did a great job. A round of applause for everybody that could not make it today. That ends our ceremony. Y'all did a great job. You can turn your tassels to the right, graduates. Y'all did a great job, and I hope that you go forward and make us all proud of you. We are already very proud of you, but we hope that to see you back later on. Have a great day. Yay!